Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Ashish Kumar Sharma, your host for today's session. Let me start by introducing Protrainy. We are a leading upskilling platform for core engineering professional and students, proudly funded by IM Ahmedabad Ventures and supported by NSRCL IM Bangalore, the USA Embassy, Startup India, and more. Our mission is to make everyone industry ready by providing them practical knowledge designed by industry professionals. So far, we have trained 15,000 plus customers, sorry, 15,000 plus civil engineers from 700 plus companies and 4,000 plus colleges worldwide. Our property valuation program is tailored to give you insights into real world valuation techniques, market trends, and practical tools used in the industry, ensuring you expertise in the crucial field. To stay informed about our courses, please follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn by the name Protrainy. Now, let me introduce our expert, Sudhir sir, who has led today's session and share valuable insights into property valuation. Over to you, sir. You may start now.
Yeah, thank you, Ashish ji, for good introduction. Welcome to the team for learning the new things that you have come across till today. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sudhir. I am from Hyderabad. I have an experience of 15 plus years in the field of education and as well as this valuation field. From the past 6 years, I was working as a valuer and working with various multinational companies and as well as these nationalized banks and NBFCs also, that is non-banking finance corporations also, where I would like to perform various types of assets valuation in which we may choose a property as a single task for each and every property. It is a challenge basically. Okay, how do we assess and how do we arrive the value and how do we justify our value with bankers and how do we communicate, okay, this value is correct with the bankers or the finance corporations. So basically, these are all the things which we are going to come across in our valuation field. Right. So this is an basically valuation is not a simple subject. It's a very interesting. Basically, it's very an interesting course if you are really interested, so that you can learn very new things and feel that it is a daily task to task challenge job. Okay, it's a very crucial once if we give the value by why, because if we are going to certify that this is the value of the property. Okay, on the other hand, it is also very important that we need to stick on to the value at every point of time. We should not change our words or we should not change our values for each and every time. So it's a very what we say, it's a challenging job once if you are entering into this valuation field. And coming to me, as I told you that I have already empaneled with some 10 plus number of banks as of now on the as of today, and I'm going to give the valuations both in offline mode and as well as the online mode. Okay, so these are all the things which you are going to come across in our detailed courses. Since this is a demo class, just I would like to give you a brief intro regarding this what is meant by valuation course. So before that, just I want to give you a brief idea what is the importance of this Protrainy for doing this valuation course. Okay, why we need to go through the Protrainy? Because these are all the following things we are going to come across with this the advanced topics or whatever the thing is that we are going to study, and these are all the points which are going to learn from our Protrainy. Why? Because basically this Protrainy, as our Ashish ji said, that it has a collaboration with various number of organizations, and where it is going to deliver only with field experts. Okay, and they are going to take the live and special classes where we are going to come across with the day-to-day challenges. Okay, and the mode of communication generally will be in the English only. Why? Because it's oral and easy to understand easily. So that's the case. The mode of communication or the mode of delivering the classes will be through the English. Okay. And basically, why we need to get in touch with the Protrainy? Why? Because they are going to give you a special focus by engaging the field experts, where we are going to have the number of years of experience, and where we are going to come across with different case studies, and how do we tackle that case study, and how do we come across the difficulties, and how they're being solved, and what is the role of our civil engineering in the case of our solving those examples. I'm not talking only about this evaluation course, right? I'm not talking only about the valuation course. It's not only this. They have they have MOUs with, I mean that they have tie up with various number of organizations at both international level and as well as this national level also. And basically their motto is to give a high quality education which needs to be accessible for all. Right now, as we know, as we are very well known that at the time of COVID, so we may come across with various number of training institutes. How do they offer the courses? Just they're asking to pay some amount, and they're going to give you some video courses. That's it. And they are not going to give you back-end support. Some institutions they have provided, and some institutions they have not provided. But coming to this, our Protrainy, they have been specially designing this course, and in particular I am dealing the maybe fourth or fifth batch, especially for the valuation course. Already we have successfully completed 3 to 4 batches, where they have gained some of the knowledge, and through this Protrainy we are going to deliver daily video classes, where we are going to have a particular session in order to clarify your doubts. And also, if you have not aware of this method, or if you are not having clear idea about the particular concept, I am going to take the special interest, and I am going to deliver you a special examples also. Okay. And coming about this Protrainy, basically it is going to deliver you online and offline mode also, where it is going to concentrate basically on the trending courses in our basically construction, manufacturing, etc. And they are going to engage the professionals from various different fields, and they, based on their expertise, they are going to give you their expertise in the form of the lectures. Okay, so I think you have taken the right step to come with the Protrainy. And the another advantage is that, as I told you, that there are some flexible timings where we are going to communicate with our organizers, and we are going to fix the timings according to the most of the students time, or the most of the students convenience will be considered, and then the time slot will be fixed. And not only that, they are going to provide you the handouts, where we are going to get detailed materials, and as well as the practical problems also. They are not only concentrating on delivering the classes, but also I am going to give you, means with the help of this Protrainy, I am going to give you this practical case studies, and also theory part, the PPTs which I am going to deliver, and also a particular doubts session is going to be present at the end of each and every session, not only for multiple classes, for each and every session at the end, or wherever you feel it is having the doubt, you are always comfortable to ask. And at the end of this course, you are going to obtain a course completion certificate, and also they are going to give you an assignment in which they are going to assess the understanding level of the candidate. If you are not interested, then they may provide you another chance to get into the course, depending upon various parameters. And if you are really interested, and if you have more concentration, if you are taking this as a challenging job in your day-to-day life, then really we appreciate your enthusiasm, and we are going to provide you a more focused training program, a well-designed program by dealing with each and every case study. Okay, and also not only this, whatever the recording, the classes that are being recorded, that are going to be provided to you at the end of the class or maybe on the next day itself. And wherever you feel the doubt, and you can click on the topic, and then you are going to engage those topics whenever you require them. And the other point which you need to take the Protrainy is that basically they are going to concentrate on the case studies also, not only this evaluation purpose. Whatever the course you are going to take, either it may be Rivet or Architect or BIM, or maybe like what you say, the career in a civil engineering. Okay, careers in civil engineering, what are the best opportunities? And each and every thing will be explained with the help of a case study. Okay, and this is the one where we are going to get the advantage by getting into the Protrainy. Okay, how to start the valuation consultancy? See, we need to step ahead one by one. Not we need to jump from step 1 to step 10. Okay, during the course evaluation, maybe in the starting classes, I'm going to tell you how we are going to get into the consultancy and what are the basic requirements. And these are all the things which we are going to deliver at the real-time classes. Since this is a demo, I'm going to provide you a brief description what is meant by evaluation, and what are the case studies which we are going to discuss. A small case study I'm going to explain you, and what are the things we are going to get at the end of this course. Okay, all these things we are going to learn one by one, step by step. So please don't be worried that how to start the consultancy as a valuer. Okay, it's not a single day or a single night thing that we are going to get in the case of this the valuation field. It's a completely a different scenario where we are going to get it. Okay, and just I would like to share you the brochure that is given already we have with the Protrainy. Hope you can see this, right? Are you able to see? Yeah. So this course is about the property valuation. Okay. And before getting into deep, could you please let me know what is meant by value? Anyone? What do you understand by the value? Just you can unmute and you can say. Anyone? Or through comments?
Value means I can say, the price of the property or the current value of the property.
Okay, the current value of the property or price of a property, right? Next. Any other? Cost of any asset with its full utilities. The quality of the property. Next. Cost of that monument. Okay. Still any more? Okay. So before going into that value, could you please let me know what is the difference between the cost and as well as the rate? Cost, rate, value. See, why I'm asking you these questions is that because in that what is that? What you say? Like the comments I got it that price, cost, value. Okay, see, I am asking what is meant by value, but again you are telling that it is value. Okay, of course I am going to correct it. Right? Don't worry. Price of your property. So what is meant by rate and what is meant by cost and what is meant by value. Very sorry to say that I am not comfortable in delivering in the Hindi language. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now itself that I can understand, but I am not enough fluent in delivering the course. Hope you can understand. And if you have any doubt, you can contact me, and then I will explain you in whatever the language you understand. But since basically the emotion triggers me a lot, so that's why I can't go by changing the language.
Rate, we'll discuss with customers like rate per square feet if we are dealing for
Okay.
land.
Okay.
Or the sense like for a particular unit or
See,
for a particular
don't stick on to only the property in
no.
general.
Understood.
Yeah.
Like cost of a car parking.
Okay.
STP's charges, WTP's charges,
Okay.
clubhouse charges. So
Okay.
the cost we derive for a particular service like that. Rate
Okay.
will discuss for, like as I mentioned, like we are dealing with lands and like plots, villas and all apartments.
Okay.
So like rate per
Okay.
square feet, that's common language and a common discussion which will
Yes.
go
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
customers.
Okay. Then what is meant by value?
Value is the total usage cost. Like value is the total cost of the flat, like which includes everything. Either
Okay.
it can be a plot or a flat with all the
Sorry.
amenities.
Okay. Okay. So can I continue?
Sure.
Yeah. Rate is without tax. Cost is with the tax. Value is worth at any moment. Cost means expenses against any work done. Rate is for per unit quantity ratio. Okay, fine. Above all, forget about all these things. Just a small example I am going to take. A small example. Okay. In general, how do we apply this concept of cost, rate, and value? Okay. So just let us assume you want to purchase a soap. For example, you want to purchase a soap, right? So the soap is going to be manufactured at some location in an industry. Okay. And in the process of manufacturing this soap, they require some raw materials, right? To get the final output, they require the raw materials. So using the raw materials or maybe procuring the raw materials from any other source, and they are going to give you the final end product, right? We are going to get a soap. So if you step into the factory and if you ask for, if you want to purchase, then they are going to say some cost only. What is the amount expended or amount needed to get that unit or to get that soap that will be charged from you? That's all. It is the cost. Cost means in simple words, if you want to construct a building, okay, you want to procure some different types of the materials, right? And you are going to pay the labor charge, everything and all. So cost means it's a purchase. Basically, we say that it is a purchase, right? Now, as we know that we can't step into the factory at any point of time and at every point of time, since it is not going to be possible for all the people. So what they're going to do, they are going to distribute the soap, whatever it is manufactured at the company, to the outlets, right? And we are the end users. So where we are going to purchase that item, not directly from the factory, from the shops we are going to purchase. Okay. Now that cost becomes the rate. So now the cost is to get that product, okay, at its initial step. it does not include any of the taxes. Remember that if you are going to purchase the material at the point of production itself, it does not include any of your taxes. So cost is without the tax. Whereas coming to the rate, I think for each and every product, we have a tag like maximum retail price, MRP. Okay, means at any point of time, the product should not be sold beyond that price. So that price is inclusive of all the taxes, inclusive of the profit. Profit of whom? The shopkeeper. And the profit and also the road taxes, the government taxes, hidden charges, whatever it is, they are going to be included in the rate. Okay, so the rate is what we can say the cost plus the hidden charges plus taxes. Means rate is inclusive of the taxes. Rate is inclusive of the taxes. Means whatever you are going to purchase the product, that is called the rate. Of course, some bargains might be there that may be present. Understand? Next, what is meant by value? Value is different again. Suppose, for example, you have purchased that product for a rupees of 100 rupees. For a rupees of 100 rupees. Okay, fine. Now, after some usage, if you want to sell that property in the open market, does it have the 100 rupees? No, obviously no. Sometimes the this value, you may fetch some 150 rupees also in some products. For some products, you may fetch some 150 rupees also. But for general products, you will get lesser price. I mean that lesser amount what you have purchased. You have purchased it for 100 rupees. Okay, I agree with you that you have purchased it with 100 rupees. Suppose, for example, if there is a huge demand, for that product in the market, and also there is a equal quantity of the supply, then automatically there will be slight negotiations and there will be the transactions will be taken place. Understand? But whereas if the demand is more and if the supply is less, then automatically the transaction value may increase. The transaction value may increase. Okay. And if the demand is less, supply is more, obviously what? The transaction value will be less. So here, whatever the goods you have purchased, and if you want to sell in the open market, the amount which we are going to offer in the open market is called the value. Value is not going to be constant. Value is not going to be a constant. Remember that. Whereas rate, okay, a slight difference might be there. For example, there are some certain number of shops are there. As I told you that it is a soap unit. Okay, so you are going to step into shop one. They may sell for 10 rupees. And the other shop, they may sell for 9 rupees only. And the other shop, they may sell for 11 rupees. So you may ask, sir, what is the cost difference? Then they are going to say that, sir, it is depending upon the quality. Okay, so that is the case where there is a difference between the cost, price, and as well as the value. See, price or rate is the same. Price or rate is the same. Hope you have clearly understood what is meant by the value. Okay, so our task is, if you are going to be a valuer, our task is you need to find out the value of that property in an open market at the time of transaction. Suppose I am going to offer the property price for 1 crore rupees. Are there any parties which are going to purchase that price? So that is called as a value. Does it goes for 1 crore, or the other party is looking only for the 90 lakhs, or there are some people who are going to pay 1 crore 10 lakhs, something like that. So I am going to give, or I am going to certify that, sir, as on the date of inspection and based on my expertise, my property value is this much. Okay. So this is about the value. Understand? So you can see here, valuation of the building or the property is a method of calculating the present marketable cost of a building. Okay, so this is about the cost. Sorry, this is about the value. Understand? So this is a brief idea where we are going to come across with the valuation. So here also you can see valuation of the building depends upon the sort of building, its structure, durability, location, size, shape, the width of the roads, frontage, type and quality of the building, materials used and the cost of these materials, etc., etc., etc. Not only this, there are so many other parameters which we need to consider in the cost, in the fixing the price of the property or fixing the value of the property. Okay, see how crucial your value is. Okay, let me tell you another example. How crucial and what is the role of a valuer in the case of this banking sector, right? Okay, for example, you have inspected a property and you have given that the worth of the property is 1 crore, as we have discussed the previously. The worth of the property is 1 crore. Okay, and you have certified that property, the value of the property is 1 crore. You have signed it and also you have sent it to the bank. Okay, and also the customer is fully satisfied about your value, and why? Because he is getting the sufficient and required amount from the bank, whatever he is expecting. Now the customer is so happy, and the customer will pay you the fees, how much your is the valuation fees, and you are going to take it very happily. You forget about it, right? Now what happens? The bank is going to collect. Okay, the bank is going to collect the money in terms of EMIs. The bank is going to collect the money from the customer in terms of EMIs. So here you need to understand and underline one more important point is that whenever the bank is going to give some money against the property, indirectly, the bank has the right to occupy the property in case if the customer is not going to pay the amount. You need to underline the word and you need to be very, very careful about this, and you need to keep it in mind every time. Whatever the value we are going to fix is not the final. Understand? Because ahead of you, the banker is there. Okay. Bank is so strict in these cases. So the bank is giving the money just relying on you. Means if you have given the property worth as 1 crore rupees, they believe that, okay, Mr. Sudhir has given the value of the property as 1 crore. Okay, so depending upon his expertise, depending upon his previous records, maybe he has given the correct value. Now I am going to give the required amount required by the customer. Okay, as he is giving the 1 crore property to me. Now the customer is going to take 90 lakhs rupees. The customer is going to take 90 lakhs rupees. Okay, the bank is so happy. Why? Because I am ahead of 10 lakhs rupees. I have a property worth rupees 10 lakhs. Why? Because in case he is not going to pay, even if I am going to sell in the open market, the property worth is 1 crore rupees. So I can get the money. Right? But there is the point which you need to keep it in mind. As I told you that always the value is not the same. Some days later or some months or some years ago, okay, the customer is unable to pay the amount. The customer is unable to pay the amount. What happens then? Automatically the bank will come into the picture. Okay, the bank will come into the picture. Then they are going to take the track record of the customer. Why he is not going to pay? What is the problem? Is it genuine or not? If it is genuine, okay, let us give some time. If it is not genuine, or whether he has absconded, or whether he wantedly does not paying the money, or whether is there any issue, or whether is the person is alive, all these things will coming into the picture. Okay, fine. If the customer is also good and he is not able to pay, then the banker will come to you and ask, sir, on that day you have signed the property against this property that the value of the property is 1 crore. Okay, but right now the customer is not able to pay the money to the bank. Now we are in the loss. Can you make it recover? At that point of time, you are going to play a crucial role. Okay. After few years, you have forgotten about the complete property details and all. Okay, right? So all these things and all, they are not going to be remembered. At that point of time, one fine day, you are going to get a call from the bank. Then you are going to be considered into the bank. He has given this much value, all these things and all. So at that point of time, your expertise is very, very crucial. Understand? So these are all the things which you need to keep it in mind always, that whenever you are going to put the signature, whenever you are going to put the signature against your report, you need to remember that it is very, very crucial. You are answerable. You are answerable. Understand? So just I am going to share you a small what is that a case study, okay, so that you can get some more idea, okay, retaining this. Just I am going to stop the screen.
All the participants are requested to kindly mute themselves.
What, ma'am?
So
Hello.
there is some background voice coming, so all the participants are requested to mute themselves.
Okay. Please mute yourselves. All the participants are requested to mute yourselves.
Continue, sir. Voice is not coming.
Yes, yes, yes. Just I'm going to share the screen. That's why. Okay, Mr. Pradeep is already working in the valuation field. Okay, Pradeep, after explaining this a small case study, I am going to give you what is this like a one-to-one session so that we can discuss a lot. Right? Thank you. Yeah, hope you can see some of the problems on the screen. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. See, you can see here a first example, the basic example. Okay, a promoter at Mumbai constructed 4 flats whose plinth area is 1700 square feet, 1400 square feet, 1300 square feet, and as well as 1600 square feet. Okay, a person is there. Okay, he has constructed 4 flats whose area is 1700 square feet, 1400 square feet, 1300 square feet, and 1600 square feet. Okay, what is the total area in which he has constructed the 4 flats in a total area of 4,000 square feet? In a total area of 4,000 square feet. That is the total plot area. Okay, now we need to calculate FSI and UDS. I think let us omit this FSI and let us consider the UDS. I think you might have heard about the UDS. This is a general problem. Okay, general problem in the sense, for example, if you want to purchase an house, okay, that house is located in a residential apartment. Okay, if you want to purchase a flat, to be more clear, a flat generally a residential apartment. Okay, so you are going to get some portion of the land right? For example, maybe the plinth area is 2,100 square feet, and you are going to get an UDS of maybe 50 square 100 square feet or something like that. You are going to get it, or 100 square yards. You are going to get it. How do we calculate the portion of the land corresponding to your area? That is the next question. Is there any thumb rule? That's what we are going to see like that. So these are all the steps which we are going to see in our valuation. Okay. And one more thing, whatever you are going to learn, okay, these things you are going to match them practically. Very practical sessions, you can see that. I am going to give you more and more practical cases scenarios. Okay, why? Because each and every property has a unique nature. Okay, unless and until it is a flat, or unless and until it is a layout, or unless and until it is a gated community. Okay, apart from that, whatever you are going to consider the property, they exhibit different characteristics. Okay, and one more thing above all these buildings should follow the rules and regulations of the local governing bodies. Okay, the local municipality bodies are going to frame certain rules and regulations, right? So they need to be followed according to their specifications, unless and until they are not going to give the permission for the construction of the buildings. Now here I want to tell you one loophole here. So we are very clear that we are going to maintain the standards. We are going to obey the rules and regulations of our local bodies, everything and all. But on the other hand, we are going to find out some loops in our municipality bylaws or wherever it is. Understand? And one more important case is that some people are going to say, or some people are going to ask that, sir, this is the land which is purchased by me on my hard-earned experience or hard-earned money. This is my dream project, or this is my dream. So why should I go again to the rules of local bylaws? This is my land. I'm not going to encroach any of the land. This is my land. I am going to construct as per my wish. So these are all the cases which we come across from day to day, right? So each and every property is a challenging task, and each and every property is exhibiting the unique nature, and each and every property is not the same. Okay, so these are all the cases which we come across, all these things and all. So let us go in detail about the solution of the first case. That is, how do we calculate the UDS of the flat? UDS means undivided share of the land. Undivided share where we cannot identify the land. Basically, it is, see, you have the rights to enjoy the property. Okay, you have the rights to occupy the property, but at the same time, what is the UDS means? It is some X amount, but where you cannot identify exactly. Where you cannot identify exactly. So that is the UDS. So that is also very crucial. Yeah. See, I think you can see some of the documents, right? In documents, they are going to give some UDS. So when they are going to write down the UDS, it is the role of the valuer. It is the role of our valuers to check whether it is correct or wrong. To check or to identify whether the UDS written is correct or wrong. So if there is any major difference, then we need to intimate to the bankers or the finance corporations who has given you the lead. Understand? So there are so many cases which we are going to come across from our day-to-day life, and let us go ahead in solving this case. Okay, see here the solution. How do we solve is that basically we have a plot which is marked in the blue color, and now the extent of the plot is 4,000 square feet. 4,000 square feet. Okay, and in this 4,000 square feet, a builder has constructed 4 flats. Okay, the area or the extent of the flat 1 is 1700 square feet, and extent of the flat 2 is 1400 square feet, and extent of the flat 3 is 1300 square feet, and extent of the flat 4 is 1600 square feet. Now you can see each and every flat is having different areas. Am I right? So again, you can see that's what in an extent of 4000 square feet, there are 4 flats which are having different square feet. So that's what I told you, that it is of different and unique in nature. Understand? So here, what is our main question? To calculate FSI. FSI means floor space index. Floor space index means how much generally, okay, it is a ratio. I'm going to explain you in detail in the live classes. Okay, since this is a demo, I'm going to tell you the what is meant by formula. So it is a ratio between the total built up area by total plot area. Okay, it is a ratio between the built up area and as well as the plot area. Right, that's it. So here it is the built up area means total built up area. Okay, total built up area. What is meant by total built up area? In this 4000 square feet, they have constructed 4 flats whose built up area is 1700 square feet, 1400 square feet, 1300 square feet, and 1600 square feet. Okay, the total built up area is 1700 plus 1400 plus 1300 plus 1600. Right? So that is 6000 square feet. And what is the total plot area? That is given as 4000 square feet. And one more thing, since FSI is a ratio of 2 parameters which are expressed in the same units, it is a number. It is a ratio. That's it. It does not have any units. It does not have any units. So now the total built up area by total plot area, that is 6000 square feet by 4000 square feet, which is equal to 1.5. Which is equal to 1.5. Okay, now what does this what is the significance of this 1.5? Means if you are going to say that the built up area is 1.5 times of the total plot area. The built up area is 1.5 times of the total plot area. So that is the significance of the what this floor space index. Understand? Next, again it was asked to calculate UDS. Means how much share of the land is he going to get? Okay, how much share of the land is he going to get? That is another question here. So how do you calculate the UDS? So that is built up area by FSI. Built up area by FSI. Okay, so UDS is that is undivided share of the land is equal to built up area. So here it was asked to calculate the UDS corresponding to 1400 square feet. So here we need to consider the square feet only for the 1400, not for the 6000. See, 6000 is the total built up area of the entire plot. Entire plot. But here it was asked only for the what? For the second one, this one, this second case. Okay. So that is a case where we are going to concentrate here. FSI is taken for the entire building and UDS is going to be considered depending upon the which flat we are going to consider. So here the built up area as per our given question is 1400 square feet and the FSI is already known that is 1.5 and 1400 divided by 1.5 which is equal to 933.33 square feet. 933.33 square feet. So this is the UDS where you can enjoy the rights within this 4000 SFT, but you cannot exactly identify where is the 933.33 square feet which comes under your shade. Okay, so this is the difference between the FSI, that is the floor space index, and as well as the UDS. That is undivided share of the land. Right? So like this, we are going to come across, this is a very, very simple case. This is a very, 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 very simple case that I have considered here. Okay, like this, we are going to consider a few examples in our day-to-day class. and the course pattern will be already shared by you, I think, which is available in the internet. You can just go through it, and if you are going to come across this valuation, okay, so you can say that you are going to study the very new topics. You are going to study the new topics which you did not come across in your civil engineering course. Why? Because I am also a professor in civil engineering. I have an experience of 13 years in the field of teaching, and as of now I am delivering the classes in a university on part-time basis. Okay, so during your 4 years of course, or as well as if you have completed your graduation course, and even at that point of time, okay, you will not come across these topics unless and until you have taken the course for real estate and valuation. There is a separate course which is called real estate and valuation. If you have completed that course, then you might come across all these things. Okay, apart from that, if you have not completed, then during your 4 years of study and as well as 2 years of the post graduation, I assure you that you will not come across these topics. So all these things will be fetching you a lot. Okay, and one more important point, career opportunities. Okay, at the end of the day, everyone is going to be struggling for how we need to grow in the community and how we need to get exposed in the market. How I'm going to be familiar with this brand, that is a valuation. Okay, so this is the case that most of the people is going to have. Okay, so I'm going to show you a small practical example. Okay, as I told you that I have been already registered with the Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, 1 minute, just I'm going to open that. Right, hope you can see the screen. Right, so this is the website where you can come across where you can see that Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Under this, all our valuers are going to be registered. Okay, and as on the date which we are going to see on the screen, under this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, you can see all over the India only 5,702 members were qualified, were recognized by the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, so this is basically an government organization which is under the roof of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay, so the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has laid certain rules and regulations, and accordingly there is a syllabus that is being provided by this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, basically what is this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? I think you can see that if there are any insolvency cases, okay, and if there are any bankruptcy boards, bankruptcy cases are there, and those issues are going to be solved by this Board of India, that is by this board. Okay, suppose I think you might have come across the very few cases yeah, recently I came across like Jet Airways. Okay, so Jet Airways, they have gone for NCLT case. I don't know what would be the reason, but I have studied in the news channel that NCLT has given the permission, means they have given for the insolvency petition, means whatever the liabilities they are going to have, they are going to be not going that Jet Airways are not going to make it into the proper uses, and they have become liable for this Jet Airways companies, and now they have been given the insolvency petition, where I am not going to take all these cases and I am going to just give it up. At that point of time, this insolvency and bankruptcy, that organization committee or the members which are involved in this case, they are going to involve and they are going to solve the issue, and they are going to make the value again assessed by these valuers. Okay, and then finally they are going to see the value of the liabilities, okay, bared by the Jet Airways, and then finally they are going to solve the case. So this is the case where they are going to play a role. Okay, so generally this is the one they are going to this is the case where this insolvency comes into the picture. Okay, and bankruptcy, especially at the banking levels. Okay, if there are any insolvency cases, or if there are any properties which are not going to give the payment, all these cases, again, the bankruptcy cases. Okay, so those are all the cases which are going to give, which are going to be solved by the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. This is a special organization, and they are going to conduct the exam, and you need to qualify in that exam. Details of this examination will be taught to you in the coming on classes. Okay, don't worry about it, and how to enter into that, and what is the qualification. I am going to explain you at the end of the, in the live classes. Okay, I think with this, just I'm going to put a small comma, and hope you will come across all the people will be coming to this in live classes. Okay, so that you can see, if you are really interested and if you take your career as a challenge, then I sincerely suggest you that you may take this course and you can become a registered valuer. Understand? Yeah. So
Excuse
how
me,
to
sir, there are
enter
certain
in?
queries in the chat box. If you can have a glance once.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking, ma'am. Yeah. So even okay. So explain about the career opportunities and career. That's what I'm going to tell you. Of course, you will have ups and downs. Okay. See, all of a sudden in a overnight, you will not become a registered valuer. Okay. And in a night, you will not become an expertise in the valuer. Day to day will be an adding experience. Day to day will be your adding experience. Right? So you need to spare some time, and then you need to have some expertise, so that you it will fetch you and it will help you to grow more and more. And please explain about jobs in banks and how home finance companies, how to enter into it. Basically nowadays the housing finance corporation companies, like what I am going to tell you, that non-banking finance corporations, they are also seeking the experience about the valuers. Why? Because it's a great challenging task. They don't have see, there it comes the role of a civil engineer. There it comes the role of a civil engineer. So they need the help of the civil engineer. The banking people also needs the help of our civil engineering profession. Okay, and at that point of time, they are looking for some of the civil engineering graduates. And if you have this IBBA valuation registration, then it will fetch you a lot. It will fetch you a lot, obviously. Okay, and one more important announcement is that I think the course price is offered to you is 10,000 rupees. And the people who join at this, the first 10 people who are going to readily join at this moment of time, basically they are going to get very, very, very low price. Okay, I think you might not have expected the price also. They are being offered at very low price. Can you expect anyone how much would be the price? Sure, there will be a benefit from other people. Okay, and the price that is going to be quoted by this Protrainy is around 7,000 rupees only. Okay, see, I am going to tell you very frankly and with firm fruit that you are going to get it a very reasonable price. Okay, it's a very, 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 very reasonable price. And at least please Okay. How will this course help an advocate currently practicing? Okay. See, basically, it's an interesting question. Basically, advocate is a different scenario, and as well as this valuation is a different scenario. Why? Because advocates, they are not going to come with the engineering course completion, right? So advocates are enough qualified according to their profession. Okay, according to their profession, they have been qualified and they have reached their certain level. But whereas this valuation basically requires the engineering degree certificate. Okay, so that is the most important thing that you need to remember. Okay, and one more thing I'm going to tell you that basically this course is being offered for 10,000 rupees. Okay, but the people who join immediately for the first 10 members, they're going to get only for the 7K only. Okay, I think which is a very reasonable price where you are not going to get in any other institute. I assure you that this one. Yeah, I can strongly assure you. Why? Because I am going to deliver in other organizations also. Okay, and therefore you can just understand why I'm going to insisting mainly on this aspect. Sure, at the end of the course, you will improve in your knowledge some delta X level. Not to an higher extent, at least I can assure you that at the end of this course, you will have enough confidence that you are going to gain some knowledge to a delta X level. Okay. So this will fetch you. Don't worry that whatever you are going to learn, that may not help you. Okay. Remember that whatever you are going to learn at this point of time, maybe after a few years, it is going to help you a lot. It is going to help you a lot. Okay, can you share your number? Okay, I am going to share.
Extremely sorry, learners, but sharing numbers is not allowed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashish. Okay, I think maybe the Protrainy people, if you ask them, they are going to provide you. Sir, Ashish sir, if possible, just give them the number so that if they have any doubt, I think they can call me and if I am free and I'm going to answer their questions.
So like they can fill the Google form and whatever the queries will be there, we can arrange a meet for that. No issues with that.
Okay. Okay. See, one more thing, I think in the group they have shared the Google Forms. So if you are going to fill that form, I think these people will be looking into that and they are going to tell me. And if there are any questions that are being not answered, and I'm ready to help you. Again, we will have one more session. Okay. Are you into capital gains valuation? Yes. So there is a separate certification for that. That's what I'm telling you, that what are the career opportunities that a valuer can avail. Okay. I am going to explain you in the live classes because this is a demo class, and if I'm going to pour you all these things, you may not take it inside also. Right? So that is also one more thing. Just I'm going to be restricted. Just I want to give you a brief introduction. I hope I have done that. What is meant by the value? What is the difference between the value? And one more thing. What are the courses you are going to learn during this course of a study from the Protrainy that has been already mentioned in the brochure very clearly, topic wise they have been mentioning, and also at the end of this course an assignment will be given to you which includes the case studies, and then you need to solve them and you need to submit in the form of an assignment, and which will be evaluated to assess your understanding level. That's it. It's not about to judge you whether you are correct or wrong, just to assess you to assess your understanding level. We are going to keep a small assignment. Okay, of course, each and every student are going to get the course completion certificate, but at the end of the day, you should feel wholeheartedly that this course has helped me to fetch something, right? Okay, and from my end, I I assure you that I promise you that I am going to devote myself to give the best of the knowledge whatever I have, and I'm going to explain you different case studies from each and every day. Okay, so this is very an helpful course if you are going to join. And nowadays, I think you might have come across with this real estate field. Okay, so this real estate field is always going up and down, going up and down, right? Sometimes they may say that there is a boom in the real estate, and sometimes they may say that there is a downfall in the real estate. Of course, that affects a lot in the case of our valuation also. How does it affect and all? That I'm going to explain you in the coming on classes. But at the same time, if you're going to be a valuer, sure, they will focus you. They will find out you in the light. Where is the valuer? Because your valuation services are being required at different levels. Okay, you may feel that okay, if you are going to be a registered valuer, can we approve this many number of? I mean that are we eligible for these cases? So that questions you a lot, right? Means you are going to find number of pathways, okay, where you are not going to expect. Okay, so suppose for example, I am going to say you a licensed surveyor or licensed engineer or a licensed engineer. Okay, what he can do? He can just certify a building which is having an height of maybe 14 meters or to a height of 20 meters or maybe an high-rise building, all these things only, right? Beyond that, only he can, of course, I'm not just, see, I'm also a civil engineer. I don't want to underassess myself, okay, because we need to be very proud of our civil engineer. More or less, maybe they are the other, your services are being required. Your services are being required, okay, to the nature and to the society, either directly or indirectly. Remember that. I'm not going to discriminate or I'm not going to defer any of our civil engineers. Okay. Why? Because just I am going to tell you the course, the valuation. I am going to tell you the advantages, what you can have. Okay. After valuation course completion, open the valuation consultancy office in the market. Yes, you can do. Yes. Basically, I am a practicing valuer. I have my own office and staff is already present. Okay. And there are teams which are going to be assigned for the site inspection. And there are separate teams for making the report preparations. And there are certain teams only for this report checking. Yes. You can organize yourself by opening the market. I mean that by opening the office in the market. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time, sir. With this, we would like to come to the end of the session.
Okay. Right.
Thank
I'm
you,
already a
learners. Thank you so
valuer.
much
Can
for
this course
joining
help
the
me in
session.
upgrading my skills and engage with the latest valuation? Sure, sir. Obviously, that's what I'm telling you that based on my expertise, okay, I can assure you that this course might be helpful for you in gaining some knowledge, maybe a Delta X level, as I told you that.
సుధీర్ సార్ ఒక్క నిమిషం
Yeah.
సార్ అది మీరు ఇది చెప్పారు కదా ఆర్గనైజేషన్ అది ఇదే కదా విఎస్ఎస్
Yes. Yes,
కరెక్టా
exactly. VSS valuations and consultants.
కరెక్ట్ ఓకే గాట్ ఇట్ సార్ అదే పేరు సెర్చ్ చేస్తే వచ్చింది
Okay. You are from?
బెంగళూరు సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ మై నేటివ్ ఏపీ
Okay.
I mean presently I'm working in valuation as a valuation engineer in Bangalore.
Okay. Right.
I'm not
Right.
doing myself. I'm working for some company.
Okay. Right. Good. Yeah. Yes. Any other doubt? If you have, just you can post here. Okay. Hope I have clarified what will be the salary package, for what purpose salary. See, you are already a practitioner valuer and you are in a stage to give the salary. You are not in a stage to get the salary. Remember that. Okay. Okay. Hope this will help you a lot in giving some of the knowledge about this what the valuation. Hope I feel very happy to share my knowledge, and also I take this opportunity to thank Protrainy for giving me this one more chance to continue with the number of professionals and to engage them. Okay, so hope with this I'm going to end the session.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right.
Dear learner, kindly fill the Google form that I have shared in the chat box, and I request everyone to please, if you have enjoyed or like you have learned something, then you can give your feedback as a on our Google handle. I've said in the chat box. Please go and look into it. And thank you, Sudhir sir, for your valuable time and your knowledge for sharing with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ashushi.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and we can conclude the session
Thank you.
now.